Well, are you ready for some indoctrination? I hope you are, because ready or not, here it comes. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty coming to you live from the heartland of America, coming with the spirit of 1776 up there and down here. Look at that. And a rebel yell. One of those flags was for people that didn't want a tyrant 4,000 miles away. The other for people that didn't want a tyrant 400 miles away. And today we're finding out we've got tyrants 4 miles, 40 miles away from us. And we are not going to take it anymore. We've drawn the line in the sand. We're locked and loaded. Don't push us. You've pushed too far. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk tonight about the news of the hour, but we're going to give you a perspective that you won't hear anywhere else. We're going to give you some insight that you won't get anywhere else. And I always say to ask questions, and then I say to question answers. And that's what we're doing here tonight. And sometimes it doesn't always add up to sunshine and rainbows and fluffy bunnies. Sometimes people get a little bit upset, and sometimes you get trolls in your chat, and you just get rid of the trolls in your chat. It's no big deal. But I want you to look at this, and I want you to think about this, and I want you to try to be objective, because I really am going to try to help you as individuals, but I'm really trying to help us as a movement, because we're coming to a place in time, and it gets more so every day, where people are starting to listen. People are starting to watch. People are starting to ask questions, and they're starting to look for alternatives to the mass media. They're starting to look for alternatives to the ass media, which is the other clowns that you see on YouTube. And we have to get to the place where our information is credible. I've had to leave and stop doing shows with people because they wouldn't source their sources, and they would just make stuff up. You can't do that and remain credible. I work too hard to be credible. I work too hard to source everything that I say. So I'm not here to let people get slimy on my channel. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and what her death tells us about advanced clone technology, and how her death helps prove what's really going on in the world of clone technology. And please stay on task in the chat room, and please don't try to take it over and start preaching your own stuff, because you won't be allowed to do so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on. As Miles, I forget what his name was, a former boxing referee, he died. But here we go. Ruth Bader Ginsburg proves that cloning technology is not what many claim it to be. That's right. Here we go. It's the end of the clone wars, ladies and gentlemen. It's the end of the clone wars, because clones are one of the favorite subjects within the conspiratorium. You look on YouTube, lots of people love to talk about clones. Lots of people want to point out clones. Here's a clone, there's a clone, everywhere a clone. It's old MacDonald had a clone. A lot of times, Miles Lane, that's right. Old MacDonald had a clone many times in the conspiratorium. Many of us, many people within our genre, within our community, would have you believe that there's a clone behind every bush. Did you see what I did with that? Did you see what I did with that? There's a clone behind every bush. Now, I've never bought into this mindset, and some of you have taken me to task for it, and some of you will continue to take me to task for it. Great. But I've never bought into this mindset. Here a clone, there a clone, everywhere a clone. I never bought into old MacDonald's clone farm. Hey, you, get off my clone. I've never bought into it, blue blood. I just haven't. And I think that now I've been proven right again. And the death of Ruth Darth Bader Ginsburg, 45 days before a presidential election, is proof positive that cloning technology, the likes of which quote unquote truthers want us to believe, is more than a distraction. They want us to believe is little more than a distraction, is what I really meant to say. I've been working hard today. Cloning technology that most truthers want us to believe in is little more than a distraction, albeit it's a very profitable distraction. So let's look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And you know how I am. I bring you some fun facts. These are facts, and these facts can be fun. They're like shiny objects, as Tracy's saying, but here are some fun facts. And another fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, is that focused life force energy sends a high consciousness field on demand to your environment. You can have it in your home. You can have it on your phone. You can have it both on your phone and in your home. I know, it's amazing. It brings EMF mitigation. It brings nutritional uptake. It makes your water better, your food better. It's good for your plants. It's good for your animals. And I'm telling you, it is a great, great service. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the FLFE or Fluffy logo, and you will be very glad that you did. And now some fun facts for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. The Supreme Court of the United States was with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a 5-4 split in favor of the deep state liberals. That's very, very crucial. You have to understand this. The Supreme Court has 9 justices, and it was 5-4 in favor of the deep state liberals. Justices Breyer, Sotomayor, Kagan, and the turncoat deep stater, John Roberts Jr., would consistently and reliably join Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I got it done wrong, to form a dependable liberal deep state majority, leaving the Justices Thomas, Alito Jr., Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh in the minority as the only dependable conservative anti-deep state votes. Now, again, because I'm service to others, if you're mathematically challenged, that is a locked-in, dependable 5-4 liberal deep state majority. If you're the Democrats, the demon rats, if you're the liberals, if you're the deep state, you are sitting pretty. 5-4 in the Supreme Court. And wait, there's so much more, ladies and gentlemen, because there's some more fun facts. And right now, without Ruth, and I did it again, Bader Ginsburg, without Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Supreme Court of the United States is now in a 4-4 deadlock, evenly split between the reliably anti-deep state conservatives and the dependably deep state liberals. So now they go from having a deep state, having a Supreme Court that is run by the deep state, to having a Supreme Court that is evenly split. And folks, this is so important because the demon rats, deadlock, no pun, the demon rats have made it clear, from Biden to Carmela, to Hillary Clinton, to Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Mr. Big Mike, a.k.a. Barack Hussein Obama. They made it clear they intend to challenge the upcoming presidential election no matter what the outcome. They've come out and said, unless it's a Biden landslide, all of our computer simulations have predicted great civil unrest. Really? The demon rats are clear. They're going to challenge the election no matter what the outcome. And did you know that the United States Senate, not the House, not crazy Nancy, the United States Senate confirms Supreme Court justices. And right now, The U.S. Senate has 53 Republicans, 47 demon rats, and 2 independents. Just some fun facts for you, and a little more fun facts for you. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died 45 days before a presidential election that the demon rats have promised to contest all the way to the Supreme Court, whatever the outcome. Oh, Jeff, that'll never happen. When's the last time a presidential race went to the Supreme Court? Do you remember George W. Bush and the inventor of the internet, Al Gore? Guess where that race went? Guess where that race was decided? Guess who decided the presidential election between George W. Bush and I created the internet, Al Gore? The United States Supreme Court. And the Democrats, the deep staters, had the 5-4 advantage. If it had gone to the Supreme Court with Bader Ginsburg, they win. They win. President Trump has promised to nominate a justice ASAP. I bet he does it Monday. Senate Leader McConnell has guaranteed a vote before the election. Again, the Senate, 53, 47, 2 for the Republicans. And by the way, another fun fact, if there's a tie in the Senate, the vice president, Mike Pence, would cast the tie-breaking vote, ladies and gentlemen. Fun facts. And guess what? Here's another fun fact. The demon rats are in heap big trouble, as Senator Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren might say. They were sitting pretty. They were sitting pretty. They had the 5-4 majority in the Supreme Court. They got the mail-in fraud going on. They're importing voters across the border. They were sitting pretty. All of a sudden, they are in heap big trouble, as Pocahontas Senator Warren might say. So it's time for some logical deductions, ladies and gentlemen. And I just happen to be in the logical deduction business. And that business is not booming, but it's booming right here, cousins. All right. Now, pretend that you're part of the deep state demon rats. And some of you might be, not the 46,000, almost 400 that are here. But some of you that are watching, you probably are part of the deep state demon rats. And some of you that are watching watch people all the time that are part of the deep state demon rats. So just pretend for a minute. Pretend that you're a deep state demon rat. You're able to pretend that those masks on your face work. Just pretend I'm wearing one next time you see me out, and I'm not. I went to Sam's Club yesterday. I walked the aisles with no mask. I went in the cold room where they keep the produce with no mask. I grabbed my meat with no mask. And I kept telling Cynthia, I'm invisible. I'm invisible. And not one person looked my way. Not one person asked me about a mask. I don't know why I brought that up. I just thought it would be funny. Tracy caught my little joke. But if you were a deep state demon rat and you had access to deep state cloning technology, as we all know, the deep state does. Dude, there's clones everywhere. There's all kinds of clones. They got clones of clones now. Here a clone, there a clone, everywhere a clone. Cynthia says he did. If you're a deep state demon rat and you got access to deep state cloning technology, there is now no way. There's no way in your home world of hell that you're ever going to allow Ruth Bader Ginsburg to die 45 days before a presidential election that you vow to contest all the way to the Supreme Court, and let her ruin your 5-4 majority and ruin your guaranteed deep state ticket to regaining the White House. You wouldn't let that happen. If you're a deep state demon rat, you've got cloning technology, you're going to make damn sure that ding dong, the witch ain't dead before D-Day. And I got to give President Trump credit. When I heard that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was dead, the first thing that came into my mind and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. And I watched President Trump, and they said to him, she's dead. You saw him. He's like, he was a little bit shocked, and he says, whether you like her or not, she lived an amazing life. She was an amazing woman. And then he walked away. That's why he's president and I'm not, because I would have said, ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. So salute to our great president. But if you're a deep state demon rat, you've got access to deep state cloning technology. No way in hell do you allow her to die 45 days before an election and ruin your 5-4 majority on the court and your guaranteed ticket to the White House. No way that happens. Google Goyle's asking, so what are you saying? What I'm saying is Ruth Bader Ginsburg died 45 days before a presidential election. That the demon rats vowed to contest all the way to the Supreme Court, ruining their guaranteed deep state majority and their ticket to the White House and paving the way for a guaranteed Trump victory. You know what happens if it comes out 4-4? Well, then it goes back to the lower state ruling, and that ruling stands. What if it was Florida? What if it's Texas? Those are Republican states. If you're a Democrat, you don't take that chance. And you certainly don't open the door for a Trump victory. So what is my conclusion? Logically, if you've got cloning technology and you can stop Ruth Bader Ginsburg and your guaranteed ticket to the White House, if you can push it to the Supreme Court, you don't let her die. But she died. Ergo, the deep state demon rats do not have access to deep state cloning technology. The deep state demon rats do not have access to deep state cloning technology. And folks, I'm here to tell you that if the deep state demon rats don't have access to cloning technology, nobody does. Nobody does. I know you don't like it. I know you're screaming. I know you're yelling. I'm waiting for the chat room to blow up. But the fact of the matter is, if there is advanced cloning technology like everybody from here to Gaia tells us there is, and if the deep state controls it, which everybody from here to coast tells us they do, then you would have used it to keep Ruth Bader Ginsburg among the walking dead until the presidential election was completed. And if the deep state demon rats don't have it, then ain't nobody got it. Nobody's got it. The truther clone connoisseurs are wrong. Cloning technology is not anywhere near the supposed levels claimed by many, many truthers. Cloning technology of that advanced state is nothing more than pure fantasy. They've been watching too much Westworld. It's just not true. It's the end of the Clone Wars, ladies and gentlemen. And a rational, reasonable, objective, empirical discussion demands that conclusion. That demands that conclusion. And maybe if some of you were taking your C60 purple power and it was empowering you from the mitochondria level outward, then you'd be able to see it. If you were taking your C60 purple power and it was dropping the heavy metals out of your brain, then maybe you'd be able to get it together and make 2 and 2 into 4 and not 5 or 6 or 12. Maybe if you were taking your C60 purple power and you were taking advantage of that greatest antioxidant on the planet, then you'd be able to get it. It's not Jeff's opinion, Brian. Those are the facts. Go to c60purplepower.com, use the code TCW10, or just go to my website, click on the C60 Purple Power logo, and the discounts built right in. Brian, you were rude in my chat room, so I'm going to take you on. In Jeff's opinion, listen, bruh. You tell me they got clone technology. And if they got clone technology, the deep state's got it. And you're telling me those stupid bastards let that bitch die 45 days before the election and ruin their Supreme Court majority and throw the whole damn thing into question? They had the White House locked up. And you're going to tell me, in Jeff's opinion, no, that's called logic. Logic. Come on, man. Can we stop wasting so much time talking about clones and start talking about stuff that's more important, like anything that is actually real? Can we do that? Can we talk about stuff that's actually real? Can we talk about human trafficking? Can we talk about our children? Can we talk about going out on November 3rd and voting to give 4 more years to Trump so that we can actually do some more good in this world? Well, Brian, I'm glad that you won't let logic limit your beliefs. I can see you've got your mind made up, so I won't try to confuse you with the truth by giving you truth anymore. Can we stop the clone wars? Just admit you're wrong. Just admit that cloning technology is nowhere near where you thought it was. Because if it were, Ruth Bader Ginsburg would still be alive today, and she'd be alive through the culmination of the 2020 presidential election. It's a valuable lesson. You don't speculate on stuff you don't know enough about. You don't make statements on stuff that you don't have data. Because it makes you look stupid when things happen that totally show you that they don't have what you think they had. Too many millennials believe sci-fi is real because they play too many video games, says Houston. You're right. You're absolutely right. Folks, I'm sorry. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death 45 days before the presidential election, ruining the 5-4 majority in the court, and giving President Trump 45 days, Bader Ginsburg, by the way, was confirmed in less than 45 days, a chance to put another conservative justice in that court, and now it's a 5-4 our way court. You don't do that unless you're stupid. And the Democrats are a lot of things. They're mean. They're nasty. They're not very nice, like our great president says. But one thing they do, they stick together and they fight strategically. There's no way in hell that they let that old wicked witch die before the election that they're trying to contest. They're trying to get at the Supreme Court, and they got it stacked their way. They got it stacked their way. They're guaranteed victory if they just get at the Supreme Court. Now they're going to lose the real election. They're going to lose the popular vote. They're going to lose the House. They're going to continue to be losers in the Senate. They're going to lose the Electoral College. And if they whine and cry their way to the Supreme Court, guess what? They got a spanking waiting for them. Guaranteed. They blew it. But they didn't really blow it because they weren't in control of it. They weren't in control of it because they don't have advanced cloning technology that you guys think they do. It's a fantasy and it's a logical fallacy. And it just makes us get better and talk about real things. And it makes us learn to check our sources and to verify our sources and not to say stuff just because it sounds cool and it gets subscribers and it makes money. We deal in the real world here. We deal in objective fact. We deal in scholarly, verifiable, independent, empirical research. And if you can't handle that, then maybe this isn't the channel for you. Maybe this isn't the channel for you if you can't handle that, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't try to be the channel for everybody. If you want to be patted on the head and have your little cheek pinched, this isn't the place. If you want to go and if you want to grow and if you want to show the world what you're made of, if you want to be divine, you want to be sovereign, you want to be free, if you know that you got the spark of divinity within, if you know you ain't got no original sin, if you know you're not here to go on bended knee to anybody's savior because you're divine, sovereign, and free, this might be the place for you. If you're a delicate little snowflake, short and stout, then this might not be the place for you. This is a no coddling zone, says Vibrant Love. Let's go to the chat room and see what you guys think. Imaginary Man says Bader Ginsburg wasn't a woman, she was a man. It looks for all the world, ladies and gentlemen. Based on the data I've seen, Kamala might have been born a man. And does that make sense? Because they just had a transgender in the White House. Didn't want to tell any of us. And now they're trying to replace the transgender in the White House and not tell anybody. Mr. Ackerwill says I'm forcing his hand to watch Trump. Good. I want you to watch Trump. Evaluate Trump. Think about Trump. By the end of Trump's second term, says Tracy, he will have appointed all of the Supreme Court justices of the United States Supreme Court, except for one. That's beautiful. We'll have an 8-1 majority. And he's reforming the whole national judiciary. Why hasn't Trump done anything? Well, first of all, he's done a lot of things, but it doesn't matter if you can do things. You know, some of you want to say, oh, well, Trump hasn't done anything. He hasn't arrested nobody. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done anything. All he's done is get over 300 judges in place in 3 years, and Obama didn't do half of that in 8 years. Why is that important? Do you ever watch a cop show? Or do you ever watch any news? Have you ever watched like Epoch Times or Bongino Report or somebody credible like Paladin? You can be the greatest cop on the street. You can bust every single criminal, but it doesn't do you any good if some half-baked deep state DA lets him go as soon as you uncuff him. President Trump could have arrested Hillary on day one. And by the close of business on day one, she'd have been home because some deep state judge would have sent her home. So President Trump, who's smarter than you and who's smarter than me, said, you know what? I know that these people want me to lock her up, but I can't lock her up. All I can do is charge her. All I can do is indict her. And then I got to hand it over to the judiciary, which Obama appointed. You got to think. So what do you do first? It's not as sexy. It's not as sassy. It's not as flashy. And you get a bunch of half-baked, impatient snowflakes mad at you. Well, why hasn't he done anything, man? But you do it in the way that's going to last. The majority of the federal judiciary has been turned over towards conservative, constitutional, believing attorneys, justices, lawyers on the state level, federal level. You know I'm talking about the federal judges. And now, and he's going to get more of those judges. He'll have the whole thing turned over by the middle of the next term. Think about that. How'd you like to, we don't want to go into a court, but how'd you like it if you do have to go to court, you at least know you're going to a court with a constitutionalist sitting in that chair wearing that black robe? I don't know what they wear under those robes. It's probably scary to think about. If you got called into federal court, wouldn't you at least like to know, well, at least there's somebody in that chair that believes in the Constitution? And I'm sorry that you're impatient, and I'm sorry that you don't understand what the president is doing, but he's doing it the right way. He's doing it the smart way. Because once you get the judges in place, then Starsky and Hutch, best cops on the street, TJ Hooker. Man, those were three great cops. Jim Rockford, he's out there too. Oh, Jim Rockford wasn't a cop. I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't even need him. TJ Hooker and Starsky and Hutch, they got it covered, man. They arrest people. They slide across the hood. They chase them down. They lock them up. And then guess what? The Trump judiciary locks her up. Locks her up. If you try it the other way around, you arrest them, you send them to jail, and guess what? The deep state judiciary lets her go. Lets her go. You got to think, guys. You got to think, girls. You got to be patient. You got to, that's one thing that comes with being old, along with sore knees and sore backs. One thing that comes with being old is you begin to say, oh, okay. It doesn't have to happen. I don't have to have it my way in 30 seconds or less in a microwave world. I get it now. He's replacing the judiciary, so when he does lock her up, she'll stay locked up. I get it. That's what's happening, guys. That's what's happening, guys. Give him 4 more years. In the middle of those next 4 years, it'll be the whole federal judiciary will be Trump, Trump, Trump. It's what we need. That's how you change your country. It's one thing to make America great again. It's another thing to keep America great. And guess what? Donald Trump, 74 years old, cousin. After his second term, he'd be 78 years old. Let's say he does get another term. He's 82 years old. That's old. He can't stay there forever. And I don't know if I want Ivanka taking over or Don Jr. or Eric. I don't know those people. But I know that whoever takes over after 4 more years or 8 more years, it don't really matter because that federal judiciary is set. Those are lifetime appointments, cousins. Lifetime appointments. So Donald Trump, by the time he's 76, will have appointed a whole federal judiciary that believes in the Constitution. Donald Trump might be 76, but those attorneys, they're 36, 46, 56. They got a long, long time. I got at least 50 more years, and I'm 57. So Donald Trump is setting up our country. Not only is Donald Trump helping us make America great again, but by filling the federal judiciary, he's helping us keep America great. And by appointing 7 out of 9 or 8 out of 9 Supreme Court justices by the time he's done, do you understand the importance of that? The federal judiciary will be constitutionalist. The Supreme Court will be constitutionalist for the rest of our lives, most of our lives. We can lay our heads down at night on our pillows. I got to get Cynthia a special little pillow. She can't sleep on the pillow that's on the bed all day long like the rest of us. She got to have a special pillow. But I don't mind. I'll give her a special pillow. But we can lay our heads down on normal pillows, and she can lay her head down on her special pillow and sleep sweetly, knowing that the constitutionalist judiciary put into place by our great president, POTUS 45, Donald J. Trump, is there for the rest of our lives. And that's how we'll make these people proud, and we'll take our place by standing against tyrants. We had to do a little smarter. They had to do a little harder. They had to work harder. We got to work smarter, but we both got it done. Yeah, there's a lot of people that looks like they're men, but they're women, looks like they're women, but they're men. There's a lot of them. I'm confused too, Gwen. I really am. Gwen, I don't know about Lady Gaga having a ding dong. I know you say you got a picture. I don't know if it's a Swiss roll or a ding dong, but if you got a picture, I'd like to see it. Gwen fills us in. She says, women are not born with big Adam apples or ding dongs or Swiss rolls. I believe that. Let's see. Lionel staying out of the chat because he doesn't want to get blocked. That's funny. Big Mike, come on, Big Mike. Either she's carrying a roll of quarters or she got something down there. That's all I got to say. Tracy thinks we're going to find out how many cross-dressers there are, and we're going to be shocked. It's just part of their shame and humiliation. Are they cross-dressers or are they actually transgenders? How many of them are stuffing them bras, and how many got them bras full of flesh? That's a really weird way to put that, but you know what I mean. Wow. People in the car on the way to the gym. I hope you're not wearing a mask in your car, bruh. I'm not here to judge. I'll let the gates do that. I just say good luck. You're a better person than me, Vibrant Love. You're a better person than me. You really are. Let's see. What else? It is a shiny object, just something to catch your eye. Let's see what else we got here. Will there be civil unrest? I think, like Tracy said, they played that card too soon. And have you heard President Trump being interviewed by Dan Bongino? He said, hey, if they start rioting after the election, President Trump said, after we win, we will take care of business. Just like the China virus is going to go away. It is, because he's going to say, open your shit back up. Federal mandate, Emergency Powers Act, open your businesses. And he'll do the same thing with the rioters. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, thank you, Vibrant Love. It took 42 days to confirm her. We got 3 extra days. No problem. Let's see. And Ghost Goyle, I hate to tell you, but not everything you hear on Fox News is true. In fact, most things you hear on Fox News aren't true. They don't even want you talking about George Soros on Fox News anymore. And ladies and gentlemen, that tells you all you need to know about Fox News. I know that some of us have loved Fox News. I didn't really. I know that some of you think Fox, I love Tucker. Tucker is so great. Well, Tucker's not bad. But guess what? Fox News is just CNN in a red tie. That's all it is. Fox is complicit. Fox News is fake news. I know it's hard for you to accept, but it really is. And we're also on Rumble right now, rumble.com, the Christian Whistleblower, all pushed together with a capital T, C, and W. Daniel says the Dems already said they will not accept the outcome of the race if Trump wins because they wanted to push it to the Supreme Court because they had a 5-4 advantage. But now they don't because ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead, and they didn't have the technology to keep the Wicked Witch alive. And if they ain't got it, nobody does. And the clonosaurs, they're wrong. Back to the drawing board, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the drawing board. Vibrant Love got kicked out of 2 stores this week. Good for you. Oh, some little pipsqueak at Starbucks. I'm ashamed to say I went to Starbucks, but I needed a coffee really bad. I was getting a little cranky. You ever been, they talk about hangry. I'm like crangry. I get a little cranky when I don't eat. I get a little cranky sometimes when I get a little caffeine deficient. And I knew how Starbucks was. I didn't even walk in there because I ain't going to put on a mask. Cynthia got the mask hand off her ear a little bit. And that little bitch, little soy boy game playing, adult diaper wearing says, will you please put your mask back on? And I heard it because the door was open. And I said, did that bitch just tell you to put your mask back on? He looked right up at me. And Cynthia did it because Cynthia's a nice lady. I said, that's the first time a woman's listened to him in a long time. I got him, didn't I? Oh, well. Oh, well. There you go. Let's see. So I don't get it. Was she a clone of a clone of a clone and they finally ran out? No, she wasn't a clone. Maybe the Trump military had blown up the clone farms. What clone farms? Come on, man. We don't know there's clone farms. The evidence tells us there's not. I know some of you don't like evidence. You want to believe in sexy things like clone farms and raptures and chopping heads and marks of beasts. And I'm going to take care of that tomorrow when I talk about prophecy is communist propaganda. That's going to be powerful. That's going to be powerful. I swear the bagger, checker, and supervisor who asked me yesterday at the grocery store was Antifa, says Sue. Antifa. They might have been. They might have been. Wendy Presley. I like Wendy Presley. She's very smart. She agrees with me. It's obvious. Wendy says, that wicked witch, she said that lady, I just made it a little more colorful. That wicked witch would have lived to be 120 if they had cloning. Believe that. Oh, I believe that, Wendy. I like how she put that. You could hear the sass in that comment, ladies and gentlemen. She's like, when Wendy typed that, she had her hand on her hip, just like this, and was going like that. She like, that lady, let me tell you, that lady would have lived 120 years if they had cloning. Believe that. That's what she said. Believe that. That's like saying bitch at the end, like I did to that. Did that bitch just tell you to put your mask back on? She's like, believe that. I like that, Wendy. I like that. I like that. Yeah, they picked that Rosh Hashanah day because if you die then, you're supposed to be really, really special. John Kreutz. But, Jeff, don't you know the White Hats took over all the deep state cloning sites? If they could clone people, here's another one. I know some of you got your mind made up and you don't want me to confuse you with facts. We know that China, we know they're killing lots of people. For what? To get their organs, right? And I'm not talking about their Wurlitzers, their Kimballs. I'm talking about their hearts, their kidneys. Does anybody ever get testicle replacement? I don't think so. But if they had all these clone factories in China, why'd they be killing so many people? If you can clone a whole damn person and have him walk down the street, if you can clone a whole person and have him be a Supreme Court justice, if you can clone a whole person and have him run for president, hell, some of you, if you can clone a whole person and have him be president, you tell me that you can't clone a kidney? Come on, man. President Trump is a clone. But in China, they got to kill people because they can't clone an eyeball. They can't clone a heart. They can't clone a liver and fava beans. Come on, guys. Think. Now, are they cloning organs? But why would they be killing people and taking them? Why are they cloning and take them? They can clone animals. Can they? How many animals have they really cloned? And how good do they really turn out? Francis, they had to finally declare her dead after a reanimated body fell apart. Come on, man. Where's your proof? Where's your receipts? Show me some receipts. Show me some receipts. Maybe it was weekend at GINSBURG's. Maybe it was weekend at GINSBURG's. I'm okay, clones not being real. It's hard to believe. Why is it hard to believe that clones aren't real? It should be hard to believe that clones are real. See, that's how we got it. We've got to change ourselves, or we're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to lose opportunities to bring people in, and maybe people won't make it because we won't get our head straight, and that would be really, really sad. We got to get out of, and I'm not picking on Goyle. I'm glad she's here. Our mindset should not be, It's hard to believe that there's not clones because there's no proof that there's clones. It should be hard to believe that there is clones because there's no proof. There's no proof of aliens, period. But it's really hard for some of you to believe there's no aliens. Why? There's no proof. I'm ranting tonight. It's a Saturday night rant. It's a Saturday night. Anyway, splish splash. I was having a rant long about a Saturday night. There's no evidence that the world is round, but it's really hard for anybody to believe it's flat. There's no evidence that everything goes around the earth, but it's really hard for people to believe that the earth doesn't go around the sun. I don't get it. Everywhere you look, it's flat. Flat over there, flat over here, back here. Yep, flat. Been up 40,000 feet, F-15 inverted. I look down. Yep, flat. But somehow, it's really hard for us to believe what we see. But it's very easy to believe some nerd in a white coat because he got PhD after his name. I don't get it. It's very hard not to believe in clones. Why? There's no proof. It's so hard not to believe in Jesus. Why? There's no proof. It should be hard to believe in Jesus. You get my point. Daniel says C60's helped him tremendously. I'm not limiting my beliefs. Yes, you are. You're limiting to what you want to believe. And that is not very smart. That's not very smart. Too many millennials believe in sci-fi because they play video games. That one was so good I read it twice. Ooh, Pyramid 7. That's gross, man. Jeff, you're spoiling all the imaginary fun, but I like to believe in aliens. I like to believe in angels. Never seen one, never felt one, never heard one, can't prove it, don't have as much as a feather, but I believe they're there. Whatever happened to show me the money? Whatever happened to where's the beef? What happened to all the classics? Nobody says show me the beef anymore. Everybody says that's a hell of a bun. Nobody says show me the money. I'll just put it on credit. Come on, guys. I'm on fire tonight. I am so killing it tonight. I really am. They already knew they'd lose. Absolutely. They would have pumped her full of Jesus juice to keep her alive. Vibrant love. But I want there to be clones. You're no fun. I get it. Cynthia making my point for me. We know about forced organ harvesting, so if they could make them, why would they be harvesting them? If you're CCP, Communist Chinese Party, and you're trying to get into the world, and you're trying to keep the stuff on the DL, you like how I'm down with that cutting edge lingo? If you're trying to be on the DL, then is it easier? You got all these clone factories. Shit, you making Chinese people, Japanese people, all kind of people, white people, black, you make any kind of people. It's like people are us over there in China. That's what they say. Oh, they got clone farm. Haven't you read about the clone farms? It's people are us. People are us. Hockeys are us. All kind. Just what do you want? If you could do that, what's more on the DL? Making you a kidney or killing some Uyghur and taking their kidney? What is more on the DL? Think about what makes the most sense. Occam's razor says the simplest explanation is almost always right. And it is. It is. Everything looks flat to me, but I know the calculus and Occam's razor. I know everything looks like it goes around us, but I'm sure because of this and that and the other thing, it's Occam's razor. Occam's razor. We got a big week next week, Monday night. Let me just give you a preview of next week because it's exciting. We haven't had some guests in a while, but I want to tell you that next week is going to be a lot of fun because we got on Monday night, I'll be on from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. Eastern time on the Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole channel with Dave Weiss. On Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central time, we'll have Mike King, the one, the only Mike King from realhistorychannel.com now, because he got kicked off the other one. We will have Mike King on. He'll be talking about directed energy weapons. That's sexy. I may take away the clones, but I'm going to give you some sexy directed energy weapon. Now I know that you're getting all hot and bothered because of that. I saw, the Jeff giveth after he taketh away. And I'm just trying to help a brother and a sister out. And speaking of brothers, on Wednesday night, I told you I was killing us tonight. On Wednesday night, we got Flat Earth Brothers. Josh from Flat Earth Brothers, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Thursday, I think we're going to get Tori from Tori Says, and she will. Friday, Ken, the man, C60, Purple Power. It might be jumbled or switched on Thursday, Friday, but we got a guest every day of the damn week next week. We are cooking with gas, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. And what else we got? Real history it's .com now because they canceled them. Let me just make sure. It's realhistorychannel.com, I think. Realhistorychannel.org doesn't work anymore. So I'll just go .com, realhistorychannel.com. Whoop. There it is. I think it's going to work that way. But anyway, I'll let you know when he lets me know. All right, let's see. Clones are growing on planet Camino, according to George Lucas. Oh, well, he invented Star Wars, so I believe it. What else we got? People Are Us, Cutting Edge. They grow organs on pigs. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm going to leave it alone. And I'm going to hide you on this channel because you spammed my channel. It's time to grow up and stop living in fairy tales. I like Pat. Killing it again. No pun intended at all. Vicky needs a good stiff drink. We've been lied to about everything, says Jen. Of course we have. It can be round and flat like a pizza. I'm talking about a globe, Dyer. Come on, man. Karen still, but there's definitely lookalikes. Oh yeah, I mean that's for security, man. You got to have somebody look like the president, have him walking around. PJP, this is what we need. Clarity, Jeff. Thanks. I'm here for you. Round doesn't mean spherical. Who knows? Cynthia, why the hell are you contradicting me right here on live in front of everybody? I hate it when you talk bad about me in front of people. I'm kidding. Dolly the Little Lamb. Got to make sure that Cynthia's not saying, get off of that, or everything's on fire. Nope, it's just the president texting me. Dude, if you get on the Trump app or if you give some money, you will never feel lonely again. You will never feel lonely again. You can't bend water. You can't stick water to a spinning globe. Who started the flat earth talk? Oh, yeah. That was me. Sorry. Daniel says about Trump being a time traveler. I don't think he's a time traveler. I think he's either a remote viewer or he's got remote viewers working for him. Most likely Scientology clears. That's why he ain't worried about you. Oh man, if he was if he wasn't Donald Trump, or if he wasn't the Donald Trump that we know and love, he'd be worried. Oh man, they got the Supreme Court 5-4. It's rough. And he's like, no, he does. You never see him sweat except for that one night out there in Washington when it was like 85 and he's doing that Republican National Convention speech. He was sweating. But you metaphorically never see him sweat because he knew that Ginsburg, he knew the Wicked Witch. He knew the house was about to fall on the Wicked Witch. He had already seen the house fall. He'd already seen her little feet curl up and go back under the house. He knew. That's why Donald Trump is as cool as the other side of the pillow, because he's got the remote viewers that tell him, Mr. President, it's okay. That bitch going to be dead soon. They may not say it exactly that way, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. People believe the same people who say the Anunnaki. Oh, God, not the Anunnaki again. Oh, the Anunnaki. Is it in you? Is it in Leo? Is it? Come on, man. We were not created by no bitches to dig no gold. That's not what we're here for. And I had something up there I was going to do. Lemunaki, because Sitchin was a crypto limb, and it's all part of the deception. It's all part of the deception. Alan Stiles. It's a dizzy spinning. It's dizzying spinning so fast in this ball, and holographic Jesus is coming in a UFO from Planet X to save us from Donald Trump. I love it. Cutting edge. We did it again. Yep. We did it again. Oh, boy, this is good stuff. How can we slow down the spin? I'm dizzy. But it does slow down. It slows down and it speeds up, and magically the water stays in the same place. I can't slow this down and speed it up and keep the water in the same place, except it's halfway down. You know what I'm saying? Critical Thinker's dad has pig skin on his head. They cut out the skin cancer and filled the hole with pig skin. But what did they fill the hole with? I know the skin covers the hole. I want to know what they filled the hole with. Did they fill the hole with pig? Does he got like some bacon rolled up stuffed in there? Scalpel, forceps, suction, bacon. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Bacon. Let's see what else. I did circle. I gave myself a cootie shot. Oh, good for you. Good for you. I remember those days. The so-called Christians fail to see how hypocritical the church is and still give their money to it. How many people are still sending super chats to morons? People can't grow a new tail, arm, leg, especially a new grain. They can barely grow cartilage from a pig for surgery, says 2 days take. Okay. If Americans donated to science, the body parts are shipped worldwide. Ooh, that's not good. My mom's side of the family lives into their 90s and 100s. Good. My mailbox is full from Trump. Yeah, they send out some mail. We are crushing. I am here tonight killing dreams. And guess what? There's no freaking Santa either. No Easter Bunny. And the Tooth Fairy is a lying bitch too. I can't wait to see you crush the Team Sleepy Guy in Modern Day Debates channel. You know, I don't know if I'm going back on Modern Day Debates. I don't get any subscribers from it. I don't get to spend time with a sexy blonde. And there's a bunch of assholes on that channel in that chat room. So I don't know why I'm doing it. In fact, I'm probably not going to do it tonight anymore. I learned that I'm not born the original sin from you. Thank you, Ghost Goyle. Glad to tell you that. Glad that you found it. The hate fact with a passion. Yep. Tracy, we wouldn't want their subscribers. Cynthia, that chat stinks. And Tracy's just kid thing. We're not sure what kid thing is, but Tracy is just doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this went off the rails a long time ago. Should have cut this off a while back, but I'm glad that you're here. I've noticed that, Elvis. Donald Trump, our great president, he looks re-energized because it's the new and improved Trump clone. It's Trump number 3. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Anyway, we appreciate you being here. We want you to continue to ask questions. More importantly, we want you to continue to question answers, because that's how you want to indoctrinate yourself. Tracy says, please give a thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't had your dreams crushed, if you have, give a thumbs down. Justice Roberts is a bitch. Stratocaster said dangerous, but he's a bitch ass punk. Christopher Brown is not holding back. He's going to win, says Christopher Brown. I can tell because he's winning by telling the effing truth. Yes, he is. Subscribe. Tap the bell twice. Well said, Jeff, with 1 F. Thank you, Jay, with that half a P sign. Oh, it says mask. I like it. I like it. I think Trump takes C60. He's looking younger. Donald Trump, good guy. He does take C60. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we salute Tracy, the rest of the great moderators. If it wasn't for Cynthia, we wouldn't be here doing this. So is good as we are. Christopher Brown says, I love you for a white man. That's all right, Christopher. Old white lives matter too. I appreciate it, Christopher. And they call me the mailman because rain, snow, sleet, dark at night, trolls, bad internet, nothing will stop me from making my appointed rounds. I bring you to the water. You can decide if you want to drink. I bring you the information. You can decide if you want to think. I put the mail in your box. You got to decide what you do with it after that. But I am Jeffrey Daugherty. I am the Christian Whistleblower. I am Le Champion. I am the best in the world at what I do. And you've got mail. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks for having some fun with us tonight. We need that every now and then.